What is up, guys? It's been about 3 years, I think, since I've uploaded on this channel, so definitely been a bit of hiatus there. But I've been messing with this little Peninsula tank for past maybe 3 or 4 months, and I'm really liking how it's turning out. So I figured I might as well put something up on the channel with it and talk to y'all about what plants are in there, if anyone is still actually subscribed to this channel. I am more active on Instagram by far on there still. So this tank's three-sided. It's kind of sticking out from my wall right now. I've got a really thin background of just straight sphagnum moss glued onto the background with silicone. It's just straight on the glass right there. And on top of that, you can see I've got some Christmas moss growing right there. And this is actually my first time trying this kind of background, but I was told by someone who's been doing it for a lot longer that it actually holds up pretty well. It should hold up for a few years, and by the point that it starts breaking down the climbers and stuff like this Philodendron verrucosum and that little scallop markgravia, actually that might be small around, I'm not sure, should hold it together a bit more. I've got a lot of plants in here that I'm trying to get to grow out the background, but I definitely need to do some more of that, especially on this side. As far as markgravias in this tank, I've got that small round, I've got some rectiflora and some scalloped and one other kind in here. You can see there's like a big clumping of rectiflora back there that I tore off a different tank. And I'm trying to get that to kind of cover up the background, but I definitely need to give it some time to grow. And it's got the same deal on the other side, same varieties, as well as this one that I sadly lost the name of. If anyone knows that one, feel free to let me know. I've also got the verrucosum that you saw on that side, as well as some Philodendron micans. It's growing much better on this side up the wall than that side. On that side, it's kind of clumping down towards the bottom because it didn't root well into the wall. I've also got some Begonia Maldonado. You can see the pretty much bare stem up there, but I am getting some leaf growth on there. Not sure if you can see it, but right in the middle you can see a little leaf coming through. As far as other philodendrons go, I've got that kind of shingling one right there, or climbing, I wouldn't say shingling, and this one right here. I would like to get another kind of in this gap right there between the mossy stick on the floor and this log coming off the background, but this tank definitely isn't done. I've got a lot of work to do around this area. As far as ferns go, I've got a lot of ferns in here. I've got Divalia heterophylla large form right there. I've got microgramma species 1 and actually species 2 and 3 right here growing on this log. I've got lycopodioids right here. I'm pretty happy with that. It's actually getting some new growth on this tip, and it should kind of grow along this jutting out piece of wood. I've got some Lemophyllum microphyllum right there, and some Pyrosia pilosoloids right there, kind of growing up under in this clump. I've also got a lot of Peperomia amarginella kind of cascading off here, or at least that's the goal. It's still kind of sitting up top at the moment. I've also got some Divalia heterophylla small form there, as well as right here. Got microgramma species 1 down there, and another Divalia heterophylla large form right here. You can see this is a really nice frond, and I'm getting a tiny little new one right there that I just actually saw when I started filming for this. The two bromeliads in there that I've got attached to the driftwood, sadly I did not get a name for them when I bought them. I was just told about how big they would get, which is fine by me, but I wish I did have a name for them. I'm happy with them, except this one's getting a lot more red than I would like. I'll probably turn down the light a little bit just so it doesn't get quite as gaudy, and so the moss on the background might get a little bit of a darker green color, because it's getting a little light right now. The light is pretty close and pretty bright, so that's why that's happening. As far as future for this tank, I definitely want to put something on this kind of bare area down here. This is aqua soil with a little bit of sphagnum, some other random things thrown in there. There's no false bottom on this tank, no drainage or anything. I'm just monitoring how I'm watering it. The back is kind of built up with some homemade ABG as well as some sphagnum. There's Anubias right here and another Anubias on the other side. I've also got some Selaginella apota right there. This is the actual Selaginella apota. If you buy Selaginella apota online, unless it's from a few specific places, then it's not the actual Selaginella apota. But yeah, that's how this tank is looking. I've still got projects going on. I'm still building tanks, just have not really been uploading, as I'm sure you can figure out. As far as for the bottom area, I'm definitely going to do either some leaf litter or some moss cover once I get my hands on some certain moss. And then I'd like to grow a nice layer of Peperomia marginella over that. I think it would look really nice, just kind of making it look nice and aged. In case anyone wants to know, the bromeliads are simply just super glued onto the wood. I'm getting enough root growth that you can't really see where it's glued in, but I promise you I just glued it straight onto the wood. Doesn't hurt the bromeliad, dries non-toxic if it's cyanoacrylate glue. So here's just a little overhead view of what's going on with the tank. You can see all this empty floor space. I definitely need to fill with some moss and some leaf litter and some of that marginella right there. But yeah, that's what it's looking like. Happy with how it's growing in. Like I said, I got some adjustments to do, but I definitely wanted to make my presence slightly less dead on YouTube. Like I said, my Instagram's up. It's the same name, Lakes Reptiles. I post there somewhat frequently, on my story at least, and I answer any DMs. So if there's anything I can help anyone with or anything like that, I would be more than happy to talk. That's not the only project I've got going on. I've also got this little 10-gallon vertical tank that I've been working on. It's growing in nicely, really nicely actually, to the point where I definitely need to trim some. I might make a video for that, but I'm definitely not out of the whole terrarium, vivarium thing right now. Got a whole lot of nice plants in here. This closet has definitely been just converted into a plant growing room, basically. I've got some more Peperomia marginella in there, as well as some filmy ferns. But yeah, just wanted to say thanks for watching. Appreciate those of y'all who are watching this, and if I upload again in the next 10 years, I'll see you then.